welcome back to another episode. This is with Francis, my co-host. This is Jeremy, the online ads guy, the founder of Digital Goliath Marketing, and this is another episode of PPC in the Trenches on the 10th of July, 2026. How you feeling, man?
Good. I mean, as I've mentioned earlier, reporting week is done, so
yeah,
it's a little lighter now. So
that's good. Yeah. So for those who don't know, my co-host Cess is the only person that I would trust with my own PPC money. And I was doing a pod about, not about PPC, but about like hiring and all that the other day. And the lady was talking about how she had someone with her that could finish her sentences. You didn't finish my sentences, but you were like Miss Auto Approval. Like I didn't have to check your work much. That's what we called you, auto approval. Yeah, that was really great time when we did work together. So now moving on to something I wanted to show you. Last week we did talk about that I was going to come up with a system, and a system is finished. You ready?
Nice.
I'm going to show you the stuff that we're going to show you.
Excited.
Yeah. So I'm going to share my screen and have a look at this. All right. So I'll talk you through. All right. So we upload a markdown file. And it comes into here, and all the topics that we've done the research. So we check all the LinkedIn people we follow and everything, and people online, and it comes to here. And then we can rearrange it based on topic. We have the source where we found them from.
Amazing.
And if we don't want to talk about a certain story, we can just hide it. Like, all right, let's just give example, right? So this week they came with strong and strongest match in Google Ads. Yeah. So here's a shot. Here's what it looks like, right? But just say I didn't want to talk about the story, I can just hide it and it's gone away.
Cool. Is it done manually or?
It's uploaded automatically.
Cool. That is amazing.
Upload a file. So Claude does whatever it does to get me the information. And then it becomes a MD file formatted in a certain way. And then when I import the feed, and then it becomes like this.
Amazing.
Then I can comment on it. I can assign my people to it. And then just very recently, this is still a bit buggy, I can add a check, and I can check back in. Basically, just say I don't have access, because you know how these things in Australia, we don't always have access to it.
Yeah.
Right, the features and stuff, right? Like it comes out in America, we go to the news, and Australia's delay. So I can go, I want to check back in like 2 weeks. And then this becomes...
How are you going to get notified of that? Email or...
All the check back cards comes at the very bottom of the pile. So every time we finish our show, the checkbacks will be there to remind us what we're supposed to check back on.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
that's
it's crazy.
A good idea.
Yeah. So 2 weeks, we did push it out. The dev did work overtime to get this done. But yeah, I'm very excited to see how this thing works out.
Amazing.
Yeah, so we should get straight into it. So the first things on my list is that, not GA4, sorry, Google Search Console is now allowing the integration of all the social channels.
Really?
Yeah, it's all over the LinkedIn. It's crazy. It's everywhere. Yeah, it's the biggest thing came out like 3 days ago. No, it's working in America.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone in Australia is waiting on it, but it's already working in America. Yeah. So I should have a post of that. Let me just have a look. Yeah, here you go. I'll share a post real quick. Let me just try to share my screen. Okay, let me see make sure I have it.
That will be massive though. Like
you're
gonna see like search terms report even on other social platforms. Yeah.
Well, I think that it'll track more of the entire journey. So everything I'm reading, that's what it's about. So Instagram, X, YouTube, it integrates directly into it. So into Search Console. So I was talking to an agency partner. They said this is the thing they've been waiting for this whole time to prove their I don't want to say prove their worth, but like to be able to justify the spending.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it's massive.
And hopefully we'll be able to see, actual.
Yep. That flowchart game.
The flowchart from how the entire journey of a user before they actually convert. So
correct. Yeah. And I think this will end up killing a lot of tools that are claiming to do this.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
So we'll see how that goes. And I will say out here in public, I don't know how well it's going to work. I don't know how well it's going to age. You know how I'm trying to do the pod thing and, getting up names out there and all that. So I did end up booking a call for one of the owners for a major one of the tracking software. So that's next Tuesday. See how that goes. I did reach out also to Kirk from what's his thing called now? Anyway, so Kirk is a PPC legend, and yeah, so he said, look, yes, I said, would you like to come on the show? We talk about PPC, and he goes, what do you want to talk about? So now I'm crafting email, give him the topics. I know what I want to talk about, but I want to, refine it so he's not reading a whole pile of stuff.
Yeah.
Say, this is what I want to talk about. You have views, I have views. You've always helped small budgets and all that. Yeah, let's see where we end up. Yeah.
Nice.
So, cool. I'll let you know how that one goes. So yeah, what's been going on in your world?
Just a couple of updates as well. There's been Google is kind of like testing AI generated summaries beneath search ad descriptions. So I'm not sure if you've picked that up, but some advertisers have seen that AI summaries sit beneath the description of their ads, and the early examples that they've seen are summaries are actively undercutting the own message of
real
the ad.
thing, the real one.
Yeah.
So, that's crazy. No, I haven't seen that. I haven't been told that. I haven't been screenshotted on that yet. Is that Australia?
In the US as well.
In the US. Okay.
The thing about that is the AI summary is like mostly a comparison between the competitors. So it's kind of like acting against the ad.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just not good. And
That's
they've already tagged the Genie, the Google Ads.
Genie Marvin,
yeah. I'm not sure if it has been action or what will be the next action, but it's gonna definitely
they're doing a lot. Man, they're doing
performance.
too much. They're doing too much.
True.
But when you talk about that, who I think of? Amazon.
Amazon, yeah.
Amazon does that. So they're in your product, and as you're scrolling down the product feed, there's like, here's all the alternatives. I'm like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, so Amazon's always done that. So that feels a bit like that. Yeah, I thought you were going to talk about because I did see a news story that the AI is summarizing the ads and it's come up with slop. So that's what we're going to talk about. I didn't think about the competitor aspect of it. That's crazy.
It's kind of weird. I could share the screenshot here.
Yeah.
Let me try this one. Let me know if you can see it. This one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the ad. And then it says that it may have lower lift capacity. I mean, it's not directly against it, but it may deter some users. This is another one.
Yeah.
Which may carry different pricing than the standard.
Wow.
Not really
damaging.
Good. So
damaging.
It is. So
all right.
That's one thing, and then the other one is. Next is demand gen billing change coming in July 15th. I'm not sure how active you are with the demand gen. I've got very few campaigns with that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, demand gen is shifting from a pay-per or cost per click to cost per impression billing. So
what? CPM? They're going to CPM?
Yes.
Wow.
That's gonna be like a change.
Didn't know that.
We need to watch out for it. The other thing is a previous colleague of mine had a weird experience with demand gen 2 weeks ago, just over the weekend. I think the daily budget they set was just around 70, 80, and then it spent $2K a day just
that's crazy
on the weekend. Yeah, it's
completely
crazy. So they contacted support. Support was like, we're gonna investigate, but they're gonna credit it back.
Luckily. That's good.
Luckily, yeah. But it's just crazy. So
no, I'm staying away from that stuff, man.
Make sure, I'm sure you're staying away from that. Yeah. It's just weird.
It's happened before to one of my accounts when display went crazy. They never credited account. We had a ticket followed up for many months for the SaaS company, and they never credited. It was only $200, but I still wanted to get it back. It was $5 a day, but all of a sudden you spent $200. So demand gen.
Yeah.
Going from CPC to CPM, but I guess it makes sense because there's a lot of autoplay during the scroll of the feed and wherever demand gen ends up. Yeah. Guess it was always going to go there.
I agree. That only means you just need to monitor the budget because it's gonna function differently now. Instead of per click, you're just paying basically for impressions.
But anyone who's a serious PPC can't be taking demand gen seriously.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I
Anyone
agree.
who's serious about anything, like it's more programmatic, that game. It's
I
programmatic
agree. There's
advertising,
very I usually just use it on accounts with larger budgets,
which they
mostly
have to.
e-commerce.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
but not
Yeah,
on like accounts with lower budgets or lead gen. I
yeah.
rarely see
Nah,
it perform,
Legion.
so
I don't
mostly
think it'll do it at
e-commerce.
all. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. That's another great point that you brought up today. Cool. And I
Mhm.
thought we were gonna have a light week. What else? What else is on your plate?
I have here like new
Yeah,
performance max channel diagnostics.
yeah, I
So
saw
Google
that.
has launched a new diagnostics, but I have not seen it in my account yet. So
Channel diagnosis. No, the one.
probably is
Yeah, sorry, you go.
let me share again.
Yeah. The
This
one I saw
one.
wasn't the channel diagnosis. The one I saw was for the audiences. That's I saw that. I seen that. I know the one you're talking
Okay,
about.
really?
Now I haven't
That's
seen it in my
cool.
accounts. I saw the news item. Yeah,
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 yeah. But yeah, I
yeah,
haven't seen it in my accounts as well, but it is there. And there's also like,
yeah,
some like something like a suggestion here.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna help. But
I don't think it's gonna
I
help
guess
much. I think it's
yeah, but
very,
more
very rudimentary.
visibility.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
very, very
agree.
rudimentary. The one I was talking about, that PMax is revealing the audiences. The one that's the audience one. So yeah, you keep going, and I will pull that up to see where that
Okay.
is.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
problem. Speaking of PMax, I don't
yeah,
have a screenshot for it, but one colleague shared that they saw another notification on PMax. Like if you add a campaign level negative, it's just
yeah.
gonna show you how much impressions you're gonna lose
So
if you
it's
add
telling you
the
not to do it.
negative. Yeah, it's telling you not to do it. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of, let me just make sure. So I figured out the Kirk. I remember the business name now. Zato Marketing. Zato PPC. Yeah, yeah. That's
Mm-hmm.
the name of Kirk's thing. Yeah. Anyway, he's somebody who's been in the game for 11 years. The one thing that why do I keep mentioning him, why he stands out, is that he never shied away from smaller budgets.
Okay.
He still talks about he can help anyone from 1,000 a month ad spend to 1 million a
Mm-hmm.
month ad spend. Well, there you go. So,
Nice.
so he's always been small business, always had a tight team, spoke a lot
Yeah.
about family during his TED Talks and all that. So, yeah, that's why I wanted to see if I can get a hold of him. Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
So, yeah, let's go back to the. So, here, this
mm-hmm.
one's quite interesting. The visit site. You see it? They're testing this instead of the blue button. Sorry, instead just clicking on that. Yeah. Isn't that
Yeah.
funny?
Okay. Okay. Hopefully
I,
that would
I,
help.
I don't know. I don't know what. But that makes them look more like an ad, but
Yeah, the
because
thing
otherwise,
is, yeah, there's so much happening right now. It's hard for us to determine what actually drove, like, let's say you saw an increase in clicks
yeah,
for the past 7 days. It's
yeah,
hard to determine now what actually
yeah. What actually
influenced
happened
that.
to it?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Another one is that have you seen how you can click on a shopping from GMC directly to the product page, but if you give it the
Mm-hmm.
template, now it's saying you can maybe go to the checkout page. Do you know
That
what I mean? Like
is,
Shopify, like product
yeah,
XYZ/checkout.
check out.
So
Yeah,
now it goes from the shopping ad straight to the checkout page
the
if you give
checkout
it
page.
if you give out the format of it. Yeah, yeah. I don't
Could
know.
be
We'll see.
helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see how that one works. Yeah. So this is the one we're talking about. The new audience menu shows
Mm-hmm.
segmentation and demographic data and exclusions directly from the PMax menu.
Nice.
So Thomas reported that, so we know it's real. We know it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Smart bidding data strength. Yeah, I don't care about that one. Cool. That's pretty much the
Yeah.
PPC stuff. I'll just quickly go through the meta. Is there anything else on your plate?
The last one I have is actually meta ads
Yeah.
related as well. So,
Sure. Okay. Cool. I just quickly hit mine.
yeah.
So finally, they've Meta's come out to say that the hyper-segmentation and all the audiences and all that is now working against the Andromeda
Mm-hmm.
algorithm. So that's something I've been preaching. I've been backing for a while to not get into hyper-segmentation, even though it'll give us
Yeah.
more work, and even though it'll make a ads manager look more valuable. I've been saying it's damaging the account. That people
Yeah.
shouldn't focus on that anymore because that's they live and die by the structure of the account. It's not a good way to go about it.
I agree.
And yeah, I'm finally getting more support with that now with official documents.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. External data pipelines. Which is one? Oh, that's the one that we talked about last week. The how the instant forms is
Oh,
connected directly
okay.
to
Yeah, yeah.
calendar. Yeah, so they can book directly, and this is very
Nice.
interesting because this actually is to me is equivalent and as impactful as Google becoming more of a CRM and taking their contacts from the instant forms and storing inside Google Ads.
True.
So they all
I
try to be
agree.
frictionless.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And this is Meta's situation with that. Yeah,
It's huge. It's gonna be huge.
it's
Yeah,
huge. If
because
they
it's
if they can
gonna affect integrations, you know.
yeah, if they can get a Calendly on board, which they said they already has. So it's not just Meta's calendar. It's like literally the instant form has Calendly
Calendly.
integrated
Yeah.
inside it.
Mm-hmm.
So the user who's thinking about testing this doesn't have to go and get another tool.
I agree.
They're using the existing stuff. They're using the Calendly, so the rest of the workflow actually doesn't break.
It's there, and yeah, it's easy to follow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited about. And apart from that, there was nothing else except to say that I will come back. So Mike Rhodes, which me and you both, I don't want to say we know him, but like we know of him because he's a hero in our community.
Yeah.
Is that I purchased his brain system and all that. And he's got some new stuff coming up, and we are excited to test it. And then we're gonna come back to you in 2 weeks from now. So let's add to this check back. Let's test this feature and. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's gone.
Okay.
The card's gone. I don't know where it went, but we'll figure it out.
Hopefully it comes back. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What was
The
your
last
one?
one for me. Yeah, this is personally helpful. I mean, because I've been in a stage before where one Meta account, I need to like create and recreate ad sets for different audiences and stuff. So this update is they have added a quick review button that sits above the ad preview window, which it lets advertisers see which Advantage Plus creatives and enhancements are being applied, and then you can switch it off like more easily.
Yeah.
Let me share. I haven't seen this yet, but it looks like this, so it's gonna be easy to like see the the stuff.
I know what you're talking
there.
about. I've seen that. I saw that post.
Okay, that's nice.
I didn't understand how impactful it is though. Like I'm not feeling it. Like tell me what problem does it fix? I don't get it.
No, the problem is, let's say I have like a couple of campaigns for different like locations, and I wanted to test one new creative, so I have like campaign 1 for XX country, campaign 2 for XX country, and then every time I duplicate those ads, some of those settings are automatically, or some of those AI whatever automatically enabled.
Yeah.
And
it's a bug.
a little bit annoying. Yeah, it's just annoying too.
Yeah.
It's a bug. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Sorry. I'll interrupt.
Yeah,
please,
it's just a little bit annoying that bug. So hopefully this one fixes that, so it's easier to.
This one allows.
I know there's like a
to
bug
check
update.
It? Yeah.
Yeah.
This allows a
Well,
check. Okay.
Yeah, according to the update, it's a quick review button, so it's more of like checking. Yeah.
Cool. All right. I mean, I don't want to sound like arrogant, which will come off that way. It's like there is another way to check it.
Yeah.
If you go to edit button, if you go to edit, if you highlight the ads, go to edit, and there is a way to see which one is on.
Yeah. That's the shortcut I've found out as well lately, but only lately. But I'm not sure how different this is compared to that.
We're gonna find out. Right, we're gonna find out. Yeah, I think that they, instead of putting that button on, they should just fix the bug.
Agree. True.
That would have been better.
Yeah.
Right. So
and speaking of bugs, Google has been a little buggy lately as well. Like if you set up new search campaign, or if you try to turn off the AI Max, or it just like flickers, and then asset optimization and everything is turned on, the boxes. So you need to, like, before saving it, you need to make sure like it refreshes first, and then untick the boxes and then save it. It's I don't know.
Okay.
It
Well,
could be
that's
their
a
way
no.
out.
So no. Well, thanks for bringing that up. You know what? I realized that I'm not even sure who these audiences are that watches this, but like we haven't been very helpful for the I mean, we've been helpful in terms of updating the community, but maybe haven't come up with any like summary or directions that they should, like the shortcuts they should take, the takeaways.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? So next episode, maybe we'll go for something like that. Maybe
True.
we'll do it with more people in mind
I
instead
agree.
of just talking
I
about
agree.
ourselves.
Yeah.
All right, cool. But anyway, this is a good episode, 10th of July 2026. And yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks. So,
Yep.
Francis,
for
please
sure.
tell them where to find you if they're looking for PPC help.
Yeah, sure. Feel free to reach out via LinkedIn. Just look for PPC Francis and then hit me a message. And yeah, I'll respond to you.
Yeah, amazing. And if Francis is too busy taking on, give us a message and we'll go from there. But yeah, try Francis first. She's the only person I'll trust with my own ad spend. And if I was ever hit by a bus, I'll pick up the phone. I'll say, Francis, you can take over this agency.
Thank you for
The
that.
people that
Yeah.
knows you. All right, I love it. All right, thanks guys. We're out for this another episode.
See ya. Bye.
Bye. Hey, what's up? Jeremy Yang, the online ads guy here, owner of Digital Goliath Marketing. If you found whatever you're watching helpful, you found it interesting, like, subscribe, comment, suggest other topics you think we should cover here. We've aimed to release weekly episodes, helping SMEs with marketing, advertising, talking to professionals about growth, processes, all that good stuff. All right, see you on the next one.